Right. Let's take a look at the new HSK 1, Band 1 vocabulary. I love talking about vocabulary. I feel this is more about Chinese vocabulary than English vocabulary. It's not just my opinion, I think it's opinion of many of my colleagues and the students. We feel that in Chinese language, the power of vocabulary seems to be a bit stronger, and they like follow the rules a bit less than English words, I think. And so they are more like independent, okay? Chinese vocabulary, Chinese words, and the characters feels pretty much the same. So one Chinese character could change the whole grammar points and or the whole sentence structure or the tone, the emotion of the sentence, or hence the meaning of the sentence. Right. So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the first one. 爱 is a nice word, it's a beautiful word to love. It's both a noun and a verb. 我爱你, I love you. 我的爱, my love, right? The pinyin is AI. Quite interesting. I think once Elon Musk mentioned this, saying like "ai" in Chinese is actually AI, which offers a very interesting perspective because I never really think of pinyin as Chinese language, but so AI "ai" doesn't really mean much, but he looks the letters, the pinyin, and think that's the language, and the AI is "ai," and that's quite interesting. A point or a metaphor to actually reference. Is it though? I mean, AI, does it love people or can they love? I mean, that's quite interesting and profound questions, I think, to ask. Anyhow, I think this Chinese character was originated from a picture of somebody opening their mouth while a hand put on their heart, something like that. And but it has changed a little bit, so it's not really what it was looking like a long time ago. However, when I was talking with another teacher a few years ago, he offered a very brand new way of looking at this, which I really find it very interesting. And that's the way that I actually teach this word to my students, right? And he says, "I" has three parts. The first part, right, is the claw, symbolizing the physical attraction or the will of holding on to somebody, okay, physical passion, and then that's not enough. You need a rooftop. So you need materials, basically, to provide materials, rooftop, a room. You basically just get a room if you hire somebody, and but that's not enough. And then you need friendship, friendship, 友, right? Friendship to complete the emotion of love. Very nice. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's not what my ancestors intended to make. But who knows? That's a beautiful way of looking at it. And this is not science anyway, so why not? Um, oh, by the way, in the traditional Chinese character, there's a heart in there, right? There's a heart in there, but it was omitted by the simplified Chinese character. So that's the first word, "ai," and just one character. The second one is 爱好. Yeah, many of you would say that's 好, good, like 你好. But the pinyin, if you look at the pinyin, the tone has changed. 好 is third tone, but this one is fourth tone. And that's a very common phenomenon in Chinese language where there's one Chinese character um, with a different pronunciation. And usually the meaning of it is different. Um, but usually there's a big connection. Like 好 is good and 好 is to like something, right? So yeah, if something is good you like, there's usually a sort of connection that you can link to. You have that in English as well. just one word with different pronunciation, then with different meaning, like perfect and perfect, right? And then there's a connection, perfect to make something perfect, right? Perfect. So content. There's a few of them. Anyhow, um, that's 爱好 means hobby. So 我的爱好 my hobby, 你的爱好. And number three is easy. Ba is eight. Nothing to talk about except that in order to help my students remembering it, I just asking them to say ba ba black sheep. Have you any wool? So eight black sheep there. So you might be able to remember the sound of the word eight in Chinese. Number four is baba, dad, daddy. What is and the or ba on its own also means dad, right? So you can call your daddy baba or ba. I think the differences is a bit like baba is like daddy and ba is like dad. Okay, so shorter, more direct. Baba, daddy sounds more close. A repetition of a Chinese character in Chinese titles or names, I think gives a feeling of closeness, gives a feeling of being nice, okay, or being close to somebody. Like many family um, member titles are repetitions, right? The official one, 姐姐, 妹妹, 哥哥,奶奶, mama, 爸爸, all those, right? And number five is ba, and the explanation, interjection particle. I have no idea. I actually have no idea what that is. A particle that interjects what? Interjects the tone of a sentence, I think. It's basically a Chinese character. I was talking about earlier when Chinese about a Chinese character or words are being very strong. This ba is a very strong one. It doesn't really have any meaning, but it has a very strong function. When it appears at the end of a sentence, or even though just a word, a thing, it changes this whole tone into I guess. But then when you say I guess in different context, it could mean differently. Like for example, um, 你是老师吧？你是老师 you are a teacher. 你是老师吧? I guess you are a teacher. Are you the teacher? I'm not sure, but I'm guessing, I'm suggesting, right? And or you can say 我们 we 去吃饭 we go eat food. Then you put a ba at the end and say 我们去吃饭吧. Like I suggested that we go eat food. It gives a sense of let's go eat some food, right? So ba is one of the magical Chinese characters that's quite might be difficult for you to get. Just think, just add I suggest, and then depending on the situation, think what this suggestion is. Is it a judgment? Is it a suggestion? Or is it just some soft tune like 好吧? 好 is good, but then you put a ba after that. 好吧 means I think it's good. It's kind of good. I'm not 100% sure about it, but yeah, okay, all right. Or it means, oh, okay, if you insist, then it's good then. It's not 100%, but because you insisted, then that's good, right? So different context, different meaning. But generally speaking, it's just I suggest, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that is the first five words of the vocabulary, and that's how I'm thinking about explaining it. Hope you like it. Hope you learn something. And if you have your way of, introducing or explaining a Chinese word that will make it more memorable, please, by all means, let me know. And I would thank you very much. And I would perhaps use it to explain words, to learn something from you. Okay? So, and those ways, those things that I've came up with are some from me, my colleagues, or some are from my students as well. So my experience of looking at a Chinese character or word and think of ways as an English speaker to better memorize it or to better associate it with your pre-existing knowledge, which might make this language easy to learn. Or yes, that's what I mean. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thank you very much. I will see you pretty soon. If you like my videos, again, please click like or subscribe, and to promote it a little bit further so more people would see this. Okay, all right, that's all. Thanks very much.